Alright, there you go, Lily. Hey, so what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario. Welcome back to another episode here of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. This one is fresh from, well, at least stuff that I got, at least at the time of recording here, like an hour or so ago, pretty recently. But anyways, doing it while it's all in my head. Either way, what we're doing, let's just get right into the intro here. This is a series I do where I kind of go through stuff that I have picked up here that is gaming related. It can be from yard sales, garage sales, thrift shops, hence the name Thrifty Gaming Pickups, regular stores, swap meets, whatever it might be, just some game deals that I think are interesting, that are kind of related to the world of gaming that you all can enjoy as well too, as well as being joined here with my dog Lily while we kind of just hang out here. And I give her some, oh, Lily, you're stepping on her. Okay, usually she doesn't step on things, but hopefully we're good. I don't want her to break that. Either way, what I do is I record this here with my dog Lily and put it here on the second channel, and we just have some fun and chill out and have a good time. Now, if people want something that's a little more edited and everything that might be in the world of game modding and stuff, you can check out my main channel down below in the description, Mr. Mario 2011, and there'll be some more there. Unfortunately, there's a little less of Lily, but she gets most of the shine on these episodes here. Either way, let's go ahead and just get right all into it here, where we can kind of get on the floor and see what's going on. So I got almost all of these pickups here. First of all, they're not all for me. I guess they're technically my pickups, but they're not all for me. And secondly, almost all of them are from a swap meet. So went there, and I guess we'll just kind of get into what all happened. So what occurred was one of my best friends and we ended up going to this swap meet. I found out about it. I invited him to it. I drove to his place, and then we drove there together. And then it was a pretty small thing. There was probably less than 10 vendors. It was all outside. But we had a good time, and we surprisingly got a good amount of things here that we were both happy with. Oh, and by the way, before I get fully into this, the reason why Lily here is in this donut is because this donut pretty much acts like a dog cone, except it's not cone shaped. And she's got like a hot spot on her back that she just keeps irritating. So I just need to let it heal. And the way we let it heal is we just put the donut on her, and she has those two, I guess, rags you can say on her, just because they attach, like I looped them through her collar, so she can't take the donut off very easily. So we got that covered, because I figured some people might be wondering that. Either way, let's go ahead and sit down here, see what's going on. Right, Lily? So our first stop, I guess I'll just kind of go in order of picking up everything. Our very first stop was I ended up grabbing this GameCube right here. And I got a few other things with it. Now, as you can see, it's like, it's an alright shape. It's not like pristine. It's not awful either. It is missing this back port here as well, which I guess means that maybe possibly the previous owner had used a network adapter. No, not a network adapter, actually a Game Boy player on it, which would make sense because they also had a Game Boy player for sale, although we did not pick it up. And I say we because even though I paid for this, this was not for me. This ended up being for my friend that was with me. Now, he did not bring any cash with him. I had asked him kind of last minute, hey, did he bring any cash? He said no. And I said, well, typically at these swap meets, at least with my experience, they'll use like maybe Venmo or Cash App or PayPal or something, or maybe they'll have Square, but typically cash is king. So I brought cash. I said, don't worry, if you want to buy anything, just go through me and you can pay me back. So I end up seeing this GameCube, and I was thinking of getting it because I have an idea for a GameCube that I need a spare GameCube for. I'm not going to say much else on it, honestly, aside from that. And maybe by the time this is out, like, it might have been covered. I'm not sure yet. But either way, I needed an idea. I had an idea for a GameCube. I needed a spare GameCube. But then my friend looked at it. He's like, yo, that GameCube. And I think I said something like I was thinking of maybe picking it up, and he said, I was actually thinking of getting one because I wanted to talk to you about it. I was wanting to pick one up, get a GameCube, and kind of talk to you about what we can do with it. And I told him, I was like, actually, this is going to work out really well. If you want, you can buy that GameCube and I'll do the work on it. And it works out both ways because I need an extra GameCube for what I'm planning, but I don't want an extra GameCube on hand. Like, functionally, I don't need another one. So he was all for that. So we decided to pick up this GameCube. So this is going to be for him, but I'm holding on to it for now, just because he's not going to be using it yet. And we don't have everything. And unfortunately, the only downside is this GameCube, it is one of these that has the digital AV out, which is great. So we already bought a HDMI adapter for him, but it's the console only. The console does work, but it doesn't have any controllers. It's fine. He already has controllers. It doesn't have any AV out, so we already bought him a HDMI adapter. It doesn't have a power supply. I bought him a power supply, and the memory card. Well, we're going to get back to that. So end up seeing this, and then I looked around at the games and ended up seeing a few others as well too. Now, Metro Exodus, I was surprised that I do not own this on Xbox One, or I guess Xbox Series as well, because that's where I'm going to be playing it, but indeed, I did not own it. I have Metro Exodus, but I do not have the first two games, and I quite enjoy them, so I decided to pick this up here, since I saw it for a pretty good price. They also had Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on 360, which I will acknowledge is not a great port, but for how little it cost, and since I didn't have it in the collection, it might be fun to mess around with a bit, I said, I'll enjoy it. For somebody who, for people who might be wondering why this is not a good port, I will try to remember to link or reference Casey's video all about it somewhere, but in short, this is not a complete game. This game came out this version for PS3 and 360 came out maybe 2 months after the game came out on PC, PS4, Xbox One. I think it was $10 or $20 less, and it's not complete. It doesn't have Dead Ops Arcade, I don't believe so. It doesn't have the regular campaign, it doesn't have Zombies campaign, but it has Zombies mode and it has multiplayer. It also targets 60 frames per second. It doesn't look great. It doesn't play super well. Well, you can see it's online only. It requires some storage. It was just a mess of a port, and it's not a complete game either. That's why they straight up warn here, multiplayer and zombies only. And one thing I found interesting is I think they might have been, maybe, at one point, they might have been planning to put the full game on, and they might have needed multiple discs for that, because you can see this is a case that is designed to have an extra disc, like a disc flap, and it even says here, game disc on here. But this game only shipped and sold as one disc, so I don't know, that's strange to me. I've never actually had this on hand until now, but either way, cool to see. I guess it doesn't come included in here, but I did not know this. It came with a download code for the original Black Ops, so I guess maybe that lessened the blow a little bit. But, oh, you can even see it here. Look, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Xbox 360 version does not include a co-op or single-player campaign game mode and does not contain all game features present in the Xbox One version. Game performance varies by platform. For more details, visit this website. A port is, I don't know how anybody can really defend this port being good. When you see these clear warnings on the front, on the disc, and right there on the back, that is shocking. To add insult to injury, I don't think any DLC ever came out for this version either, so it got updates, but I don't think any DLC came out, so what you got is what you got. And finally, Far Cry 5. I've never played this, I've heard good things about it, but I ran it by my friend who said, oh, it's a really good game, he loved it, so I decided to pick this up as well. So the prices for all of this here, I think the GameCube was $40. I want to say each of these games was $5 a piece. And then Black Ops 3, I believe, was $3. And I just asked, hey, for all these here, can we do just 50 flat? Not saving a ton, but still saving a little bit. And they looked and they're like, yeah, that's fine. So I paid $50 for this little stack right here, which I was happy with. These three are going to be for me, and then the GameCube is going to be for my friend. Then next, I went to another seller, and this is the only thing I got. Now, if you remember from not a previous episode, but the last, the one before that, so I guess 2 episodes ago, a friend of mine that I was with, a different friend, we went to a few game shops, and we were looking for the Max Payne games for him. We found Max Payne 1, Max Payne 2, and I saw this. It is complete as well, which is nice, and it seems to be in pretty good shape. And this is the disc flap I was talking about. But this was $7. And I did not even question it. As soon as like I looked at it, I saw the condition and everything. I saw it was complete. I paid for it. And then I texted my friend who unfortunately couldn't come, but I texted him. I said, hey, dude, I got Max Payne 3 for you, $7. I'll give it to you the next time I see you. So he was super happy about that. So now he has the collection. So that's not for me. That's for another friend. So we did all of that. This was a different seller I'd gone to. I got these two games, and this was actually the last one I went to, but I'll go ahead and share it here. So I was surprised that I did not have this in my collection. Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex for Xbox. Not a great game, mind you, out of the Crash Bandicoot games, but I think it was well, it was technically the fourth one. It wasn't really the fourth one. There is a Crash 4, but still to us, this was Crash 4 at the time. I remember a friend of mine, he was like obsessed with Crash Bandicoot games. He did not have a PS2 or Xbox, so I rented this when he came over, and like we enjoyed it, but we acknowledged it wasn't as good as the PS1 games. Either way, the nice thing is this game is complete, and this was $9. And then the guy was doing a deal where he had several games, and he was kind of all over the place. At first, he's like, hey, I'll do buy one, get another half off or something. But wait, I'm changing it. Actually, I'm going to just do buy one, get one free. Sorry, I know not the best thing, but, I'll go ahead and do that. He was saying not the best thing as in it wasn't the best practice that he kept changing the sale, but all his games were buy one, get one free. So there was that, and then I end up seeing Bully right here. Now, I already own this game, so I don't necessarily need it, but the reason why I got it, I was kind of looking at it, and it was originally more, but then I had noticed like this sticker right here, and he was saying, oh, I think this game was resurfaced before, and the stickers were put on there to kind of prevent it from going further. But if you can kind of see, there's that circular scratch there, which means a 360 had eaten this before. And I can tell this game was resurfaced, but I even looked at it, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, that's... Because he was saying it was resurfaced. I was like, it has been, but I can tell that scratch is still there. It's not great. That can still cause an issue. And he was like, yeah, okay, I understand. Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know about the condition. I'll put it for $5. Even if you want, I can even sell it less. I'm sorry about that. I said, all good. Now, the only downside is I looked through his games and I didn't see anything else that I wanted, and any of the stuff that was good was stuff I already owned. So I said, you know what? Let me grab the Bully here. So it was buy one, get one free. This ended up being $9. This, because it was originally 10, then he brought it down to 5. I got this one for free. So what I'm going to do, I will probably fix this one up myself and just sell that then. Because again, this one's not necessarily for me. It was more just this was the best thing that I was going to get. So those are the ones that I ended up getting there. Yes, Lily. You doing all right? You hanging out here? All right, all good. So here... end up going to another... Oh, Lily's interested in these. End up going to another vendor, and I end up grabbing these two games. Now, I want to say Star Ocean. I don't own either of these. Kind of surprisingly, I was shocked I didn't have Star Ocean in my collection, and I was also surprised I only had the first Lost Planet. It's not even the Colonies edition. It's just the base version, so it doesn't have all the extra DLC and stuff. But... Star Ocean, both these are complete. They're in good shape. Star Ocean was $7. I believe Lost Planet 2 was $8. So altogether $15. I didn't ask for any discount on there, so I was happy to get those two. Then back here, there's a few things that you all might have been seeing, including a GameCube memory card. Now, I just kind of saw this like sitting on a table like that, and I grabbed it and I ran it by my friend. I was like, hey, dude, since you got the GameCube, do you need a memory card? And he's like, I don't have an additional one. Do you think I need one? And I said, yes, you should definitely use one. He didn't know how big this one was, and I said, just from remembering, I'm pretty sure this is the 251 block one, right, Lily? She's really looking at you. Want to sniff? Yes. Yes, that's 251 blocks, Lily. Yes. So I end up getting this for my friend. I'll go ahead and put it in there. So now he's got a memory card at least. So really the only thing we just need like the extra, hookups and stuff. But we end up getting that, and the guy who was selling all this stuff was pretty chill about everything. So there was that. He was also selling not just this, but he was selling another Switch Joy-Con reshell kit as well. So he had this and another one. The other one was just like gray. so I wasn't interested in that one, but I actually have these shells on one of my pairs of Joy-Con, and they look really nice. And he was telling me, yeah, you know, I ordered these, and it has all of the screws and everything in there. It has all that stuff. And the reason why he was selling these is because he said he bought them looking to reshell, and I guess he kind of got cold feet, and he looked at it and he didn't think he could do the reshell himself, so he just decided to sell the Joy-Con kits, you know, separately. Then he was also selling some games, and he was having some deals on them, but I only found this one, which is not necessarily a game, but it is a demo that I didn't even know existed. I thought this was pretty cool to see. So it's the, as you can see, Final Fantasy VII Interactive Sampler CD. I'm going to give this one a shot here. I don't know if it was just sold like this or what, because it also has this sticker on the back of it, but that was pretty cool. So for the Interactive Sampler CD, the Joy-Con, well, I guess I should say the price here. So the Joy-Cons were $10, the shells, which I was like, oh, that's great. The memory card, $5, thought that was great. And then this was $4, I want to say. And the deal he was doing, it was like all the games were $4, but I think he was doing like buy 3, get 1 free, something like that. So this was the only one that I saw. So he looked at all of them and he was like, 18? So I was saving $1. I was like, okay, sure. So I was happy with that. So $18 for all 3 of those there, and I'm just going to leave the memory card in there. Next up, this was, I guess, technically the last thing I got. This is actually a seller I returned to, and I paid a little bit more than what I would have wanted to, but it was fine. I was happy with it. And also, this console's in pretty good shape for the most part. Let's see, I don't know what exact version it is, but it hasn't been opened up. Oh, goodness, I forgot how heavy these things are. It was made in 2003, like November 2003, and there's only like a couple cosmetic issues. You can see port 1 is a little bit damaged, but it should still work. And the console does work as well, too. And then right here on the back, this has kind of been broken off, but honestly, as long as the system works, it's all good. So he was selling this OG Xbox there, and it was this Xbox with a controller, the composite cables, and a power cable. He was selling all of it for $50. And I thought on it for a bit, but I went all around, and I guess he was about to leave as well too, but we were about to leave. I was like, you know what? Okay, there's no one else here. I'm going to make a bad decision here. So I went over and I just asked, like, hey, I'd like to get this, $40. He was saying lowest he could do was 45. I'm sure he could have gone lower, but it's all good. I just said, yeah, 45, let's do it. So I decided to pick it up. Apparently, he told me that he's been holding on to it for a bit, and he had it priced at like 60, and then like 55, and then 50, and he's like, yeah, so I've kept lowering the price on it. That was what he was saying, at least. But yeah, $45 for this Xbox. I do have some plans for this as well too, that I kind of just, even for some testing and stuff, I just need another stock Xbox to kind of start with. So thankfully they're not all too hard to find, but $45, they've been going up in price because of demand and such. You can't just find these on the side of the road now. You can't just find them for $5 a piece. But yeah, I was okay with it. A little bit more than I would normally pay, but all good. And then lastly, I end up getting this game right here. As you can see, this is brand new, and this is the only game I did not pick up from this swap meet there. So this is a Dodgeball Academia on Switch. It did catch my attention because it's an indie game from Humble Games. And I looked it up, I've heard of it, seems to be entertaining, seems to be cool. And this is another shop that my friend and I went to, and this is the same shop that several episodes ago I bought a Xbox Series S from. It's pretty much a Amazon like kind of resale shop where it's not affiliated with Amazon, but a lot of products that, you know, might just be dinged, damaged, can't be really sold by Amazon, they're sold to this store and then they're resold. So for example, like actually, even this is a good example. You'll see, this is technically a brand new video game. It sells for $30 right now, brand new. I looked it up, but you can see the packaging, even though it's brand new, is kind of messed up. So it's not really going to meet a brand new standard. So because it is a little bit messed up, they were selling it for $19. I did look it up, seems like a good game, and this was the only video game thing I picked up. There were a few other things I picked up, but those were for Lily, so dog stuff, not really counting in here. But this was 30% off, so this ended up being something like $13.29 for a brand new game, which I was pretty happy with as well too. So I'll have fun checking it out. Either way, I knew this was going to be a pretty short episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups, so I'm happy we're kind of just getting in and out here. But yeah, I was happy with these pickups here, and thankfully not all of them are mine. So this GameCube memory card, they're going to be rehomed. The Max Payne 3 is going to be rehomed, and definitely the Bully at one point is going to be rehomed as well too. I'll see what I'm going to do with that, but yeah, all good. I've been pretty happy with the pickups here. Either way, that is about it for this video, and that's about it for this episode of Thrifty Gaming Pickups. If you enjoyed it, a like would absolutely be appreciated. If you didn't like it, a dislike is fine as well too. This is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. And again, you can dislike the video if you dislike this, but if you do, just so you know, you're gonna make this dog here, who is sleeping, very, very sad.